Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Green Zero here with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, a video commentary, and that's right, we are back here for a best of series because there was a tournament on the weekend. It was actually last night for myself, and I was there in the lobby. Said good luck to everyone. Obviously wasn't playing in the tournament. Game replays is still excluding me from events because obviously I've hosted competing tournaments and they're not too cool with that. But that's unfortunate. But anyway, I was there. Said good luck to everybody there, and I went back to Casual 1 and played half dozen games or so. And I did watch some of the stream as well, so definitely still thoroughly involved. And of course, going to cast these games for you right now. But we are going to have bike-RUsh+ownz versus Wookibert. This is the semi-finals of the tournament, so it's going to be a best of 5. And we are going to jump into the first match. Here we go. We are on Mountain Pass. That's right, it's Mountain Pass, and it's a little bit different to what we've seen it before because there is no contested spike. As you remember, there was a contested spike near this garrison, and same for the other side, but that has been removed. Pretty much the only change that I can see at the moment, just because people were concerned about that particular spike. But if we go up here, it's going to be Wookibert. Wookibert is playing as Scrin, and he's going to go for his spike, of course. Just won a simulator. Here's Scrin Vanilla. Looks like these guys played as random, so it's a random mirror. bike-RUsh+ownz is down in the bottom right-hand side. Now, he's got a Disintegrator squad. He's Scrin Vanilla or Reaper. We'll have to wait and see what he is. But this is a best of 5 series. And this is interesting because he doesn't have fast legs. A lot of people have been doing this with the other Scrin factions to trick the other dude into building too much counters. Sometimes they only do just one squad, but he is Reaper 17, so he's going to have shielded harvesters. Wookibert's going to see this, so if he sees Disintegrators, he's going to know. And I think there was a battle marker there. He might have got a Buzzer Swarm picked off. But if he's seen these ones here, which I believe he should have with that battle marker, let's have a look. Yeah, Wookibert knows about it, and he knows they're not fast legs, so this didn't start off too well for bike-RUsh, who spent an extra $900 on these Disintegrator squads here. Wookibert now, he did actually build a Gunwalker, so he doesn't even need that. He's actually going to draft a Hive and infuse buzzers here, because that will make the Gunwalker almost impossible for these Disintegrators to kill. He is actually wandering off up here. He thinks this is probably an engineer of some kind. And you guys really should know the layout of this map. Of course, it was the scene of the spectacular bike-RUsh versus Masterly final game, Game 7, where we saw just one of the most intense head-to-head games and one of the results which pretty much determined the course of the tournament there. He will be running down here with the Gunwalker, and he is going to shoot up these Disintegrator squads, and with the help of the Buzzer Swarm, which is infused into the Gunwalker, he will kill those guys. So bike-RUsh not really looking forward to losing all of those, but he has lost them. There is a Buzzer Swarm down here. Wookibert should be able to pick that one off as well. bike-RUsh probably could have moved it and saved it, just kept it alive, but he will be moving across here now. And he should be alright. So Wookibert does go tier 2. He's got tier 2 down. Is he going to expand? That's the question. He's building another structure at the moment. And could he be fast-teching? He only has 4 harvesters. He doesn't have his proper ratio just yet. bike-RUsh sends a Corruptor. Is there a Dev Core Rush coming? There is. There's a Devourer tank coming. There's going to be... No, he's actually only got 1 Devourer tank, 2 Corruptors, unless there's another Dev tank somewhere I'm missing. No, he's going to try to go for the Nerve Center. He needs one of his own Devs tanks out, like, right now. And I don't think Wookibert's going to be able to save this as well. Is he going to get a Dev tank out? He needs at least 1 Dev tank out. No, it gets cancelled. It was definitely a Dev tank because it got cancelled. This is terrible for Wookibert. How's he going to stop this? How is he going to stop this right now? bike-RUsh could just simply win this game on Mountain Pass. Wookibert did not see this rush coming. He thought that was it. And there is a second Dev tank here. They're both charged. bike-RUsh+ownz is going to take out the Warp Sphere now. Will he be able to put that down? He puts down the Nerve Center in a much safer position. Calls in the Lightning Spike here, trying to hold this off. The Corruptors are here. One of them is taking a little bit of damage now. He should be able to self-repair that with the other one, but he's got a veteran one now. Wookibert, what's he going to do? He's got a Warp Sphere. A third Corruptor rocks up. And bike-RUsh, oh man, Wookibert totally thrown by those Disintegrators. Didn't realize it was going to be into a Dev Core Rush. There are now 4 Corruptors here, and there's 2 Dev tanks. The Dev tank's still off charge. Wookibert is out. So Wookibert goes down 1 zip in that game. Short, sharp, and furious, and that shows what happens when you don't scout properly. I mean, Wookibert technically did scout, but he just, again, the Disintegrators mind games. He's like, hey, you built some Disintegrators and I killed them all really quickly. Yeah, now I can get ahead economically. But bike-RUsh's like, no, that was just to, you know, make you build some stuff and think you're ahead. And then Dev Core right down the middle, and of course, that's just... He hit the buildings he needed to. The Nerve Center, if that had been placed in a more safer location, it could have been a different story, but there you go, 17,000 to Wookibert, 11,000 to bike-RUsh, so that was a very short game, 3 minutes, 41 seconds, a very, very short game indeed. For a Scrin mirror as well, you wouldn't expect it to be so short. Reaper versus Scrin, but that's game 1. Wookibert, of course, it is a best of 5, so Wookibert's got plenty of time to come back, but bike-RUsh takes an early lead, gets the motivational win, and Wookibert now, he needs to just steady. It's not panic stations just yet, but if he loses the next game, he's getting all sorts of trouble, but stay tuned. We have game number 2 coming up right now. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Green Zero back here with game number 2 of this best of 5 series between bike-RUsh+ownz and Wookibert. That's right, Wookibert. It's going to be Bike versus Wookibert, and we're going to jump straight in because we are on Tournament Rift here now. Tournament Rift, which is looking pretty damn sexy right now. Definitely, it's one of those maps where it's supposed to be a remake of Tournament Rift, but it's just not quite. So, did I say Tournament Rift before, or did I say Twisted Rift? It's definitely Twisted Rift. It's a total topsy-turvy convert of Tournament Rift here. So, blue field in the middle, completely dry. But if we go over here, we're going to see, is it going to be? It's going to be, I believe he picked red this time. It's going to be bike-RUsh+ownz. No, bike-RUsh+ownz sticks with the red color, so Wookibert will not be getting red, but bike-RUsh has dealt himself a nod faction. This one here is a random mirror as well, so that's interesting that both guys decided to go for random. Again, bike-RUsh has dealt either nod or mock, because he does have, no, he's nod vanilla, whereas Wookibert may well very be the best bird, is also a nod faction. Does he have scouts? He does have scouts. So he is nod as well. It's a nod mirror. And both sides, neither side has sent out any scouts aside from the ones to grab the garrisons here. Now, this is very normal, standard of a nod mirror, or a random mirror where you're nod. If you're going to send scouts out, it's a little bit iffy. Most people prefer to send out the raider buggy just because you can get it so fast, it's so cheap. And of course can kill enemy scouts, and you can just go straight down the gut, see if there is a rush coming. Of course, if it was fast legs or something like that, they could get around the map. There is a bike out from bike-RUsh, so he went for a bike scout, which is very unusual, and he will be firing at this buggy here. And here comes the buggy as well, so interesting again, is bike-RUsh, if he goes for another bike, if he has 2 bike, then Wookibert's going to have to be concerned. He doesn't quite pick it off. He can see the MCV is moving, and that's a big telltale there, because it means that bike-RUsh is not going to be all-in rushing, and I believe he would have seen the second refinery as well. Yeah, Wookibert sees 2 refinery, and none of them are sold, which means he doesn't have to worry about an all-in. The MCV is moving. There's no second war factory, and he's probably going to... Yeah, look at that. He did not get fooled at all, so he is completely going into eco there. Redeploys because he needs a 3rd power plant, otherwise his production will be somewhat stalled. Is this even going to be a power plant? That's building very slow for a power plant. I think he's going for a second war factory. I think that he thinks that bike-RUsh will go for a second war factory, when in fact bike-RUsh is going for a power plant, and he only has that 1 bike near the war factory there. Obviously not much use for that right now. The buggy is doing a fine job of scouting, and he's going to be pulling back, no point losing that 1 bike to anything out there. And he does drop a second war factory, so this is unusual. Normally you see bike-RUsh doing this kind of move, but today it's going to be the Wookibert, and he is going to go for the expansion. He's going to go for the bottom expansion, or the southern expansion, which is kind of your natural, I guess. You can expand, of course, to the top side and leech blue while you're at it, which is pretty cool. But other than that, the blue field will remain untouched by both sides. bike-RUsh does go for a refinery here, so he's going to be a little bit behind in the arms race. Again, just with 1 war factory here. Wookibert will be looking to make a move pretty quickly. bike-RUsh has 2 buggies and 3 bikes here, but Wookibert is bringing across a few bikes. They're going to the blue field. They're just checking, hey, is bike-RUsh getting greedy and taking any blue? No, he's not. He moves away from there now. 1 bike will just be chilling there. I think he might have his war factory rally there, actually, and he's going to move these guys now. But he's got a few units over here, but bike-RUsh does have infantry over here. Meanwhile, a buggy does scout out the fact there's no second war factory here, and he can see eco pumping. But look at that, bike-RUsh there knows something's up, and of course he's got rocket squads already on the edge there. Did he even get a bike then? I think he split his rocket fire between all those bikes, which of course you don't really micro, you just attack move, because it's almost pointless trying to micro something like that. But he will be moving around here, and Wookibert's got some bike buggy all split up. There is a battle marker down there. It's nothing serious. Infantry standing on the Tiberium, but he will be moving into his main base now. He should be able to snipe down that buggy straight away. bike-RUsh forcing to sell off here again. He's not Blackhand, so these militant squads pretty much do nothing to these units here, but he will be driving through them. He actually blew one of his own bikes up. You got to watch out for that. If you drive through enemy units, the bikes will do splash damage. A lot of people don't realize that, but splash damage will come out of these rockets here, and they can end up blowing up some of their own units. He will be trying to shoot down another power plant, and why not? They've got almost no armor, and bike-RUsh will have to rebuild that now. He's having to power micro, but of course bike-RUsh, being as pro as he is perfectly fine to just power micro these units. He's low on power now, but Wookibert has pulled back, so he is pulling back. Is he going to get some blue tib behind this? Wookibert could definitely get some blue tib behind this, I reckon. He's got bike-RUsh keeping him in his base, and here comes the Scorpion tank transition. Wookibert forcing to deploy very early over here means his refinery is not in the ideal position. There's a little bit of travel time here. It's not too bad, but of course it's still bad that they do have the travel time. bike-RUsh is going into infantry here. Now he's probably going to go for a shrine, I'd imagine. Just because he's got so many rocket squads, I think maybe he's going to be, here. Shrine is down, and this is unusual. You don't see bike-RUsh normally do these kind of strategies here. He's standing in the Tiberium field. He doesn't actually have Tiberium infusion just yet. He will need to get that. But yeah, this is really weird that bike-RUsh is playing so heavily defensively in this game. I think that he chose an opener where he didn't realize he was against a Nod faction, and he decided to stick with it. But a one buggy will come in, he will scout, and have a look what Wookibert has. Wookibert's got the bike buggy here. Operations Center comes down. He did place that in range of the Raider buggy, so he knows that Wookibert has only just reached tier 2. So he knows that he can expect heavy bike buggy for at least the next few minutes before anything else comes out. I'd expect an upgrade to almost be done. I prefer to get Tiberium Infusion first, just because it's I feel it's the better upgrade than the Cabal squads. Of course, Cabal squads, I mean, they're both equally as good. If you had to pick one, I'd probably pick Tiberium Infusion, but still, it's some pretty good stuff there. A few bikes are here. Are they fakes? No, they're not fakes, but these Scorpion tanks should be able to respond. Battle markers down here. Those units get chewed up. bike-RUsh just happen to have a force just chilling down on the bottom side of the map, so very good awareness there. He does clean out the bikes. They don't get any harvesters, but it's not terribly important. Did bike-RUsh get that upgrade? Yeah, he does. He has Tib Infusion. Did that only just finish then? No. Oh, he's got the other upgrade on the way, so he's going to have both done. Scorpion tanks running through here. 2 get destroyed before they even get the crush on. The rest will be trying to go through, and he does get a decent crush then. bike-RUsh not scatter moving, so this is actually turning out pretty bad. Now the Scorpion tanks are in range and getting the crush off, but he's still losing a lot of Scorpion tanks, and I don't think bike-RUsh is going to Scorpion tanks right now. He's got some infantry over here. He's got both of his infantry upgrades, but Wookibert's Scorpion tanks now just driving through this mass field of infantry. And I can't help but feel that bike-RUsh is still getting the upper hand. He's harvested more Tiberium, he's got more kills, and he's lost less army. Battle markers over here. Scorpion tank does roll in. Not going to do too much damage against cloaked harvesters. Meanwhile, Wookibert does get some tanks over here. He does have Dozer Blades. He's picking off some units that are coming out the war factory. He should be able to shoot down some of these harvesters. bike-RUsh stops the harvester. He pressed stop, and that, of course, gets it to re-stealth, and he saves that harvester. Nice work from bike-RUsh to do that. It's just those small things that saves harvesters. Wookibert now moving through this base. Tib Chem Plant, which can only mean 1 clicks. Bam, see you later, refinery. He sold it off though. As soon as he'd got the 1 click in, he sold it off, and these Scorpion tanks are going to get cleaned up. There's 4 remain. The Obelisk may get 1 more kill before they get outside of range. And oh yeah, he should get that one. Oh, double clicked him back, but he's got 3 refineries here. He had 3 refineries. He's clicked 2 of them. Fanatics coming out, which are amazing against Scorpion tanks because you can't crush them, because that's exactly what they want you to do. Battle markers over here. Wookibert trying to take blue tip. Unfortunately, that bike will scare it off. Maybe even get the kill. And now bike-RUsh sending all of his harvesters, or not, probably not all of them, but a lot of harvesters. In fact, that's too many harvesters to the blue Tiberium field, because they're each going to get maybe about a half a tank. Not even that, only quarter a tank. He sent way too many there. He shouldn't have sent so many. He needs to expand again, but he got hit pretty hard. He's not actually expanding now. He's probably going for a Redeemer. No, he's going for an Emissary. That's unusual. bike-RUsh normally wouldn't use that kind of unit in his arsenal here, but he is pushing forward these infantry squads now. What is Wookibert doing? He does have a little bit of defense. He kept the Tib Chem Plant. He's got Shredder turrets, but of course not vanilla. Don't really benefit too much from those Shredder turrets there. No upgrades. Now bike-RUsh is moving in. All of his forces are starting to consolidate. Infantry pouring across the map. There's infantry down here. They could all coalesce in the middle of the map here and then push into Wookibert's base. Wookibert does not have too much. There's some bikes up here, but it's not going to do too much damage. Is he going for an upgrade? No upgrades on the way. He's got these Scorpions here. He could go for Laser Capacitor, but he is going to go for a Redeemer. Can he hold this attack? bike-RUsh has an opportunity to go in and attack. He's got a massively spread formation here. He's literally blocking the entire bottom half of the map with these infantry formations. And you can see it on the radar. Look at that. It's like infantry formations here, here, and here. Just blocking Wookibert. He's not going to be able to get through. There is a battle marker up here. It looks like we do have these bikes moving through. Outpost is there. Sells it. Puts an Obelisk down as well for good measure. And he's got just units just randomly placed on the map here. Very unusual. 3 bikes make it in, but they're not going to find anything to destroy. There is literally nothing here for them. And they will have to leave just because if they stick around for too long, they will get destroyed. Avatar is here. And oh, look at that. He couldn't actually target those bikes. They were moving too quick for him. Gets one now, And does he get that harvest heal? No, he's not going to be able to get it. Those 2 bikes will retreat out of there. Meanwhile, what's happening over here? Shredder Turret is starting to pick away at these infantry squads here. He did move his MCV into this protective area. bike-RUsh is probably going to be moving those guys back. Does move some of them back. The other ones are moving in range now. Wookibert wants to wear this force down because if he has to engage it head on, he's not going to be having a good day. He will be cleaning up the Tiberium left behind by his spike. Units out here, Scorpion tanks. He's got the Redeemer out now. Still, oh, there is actually an upgrade on the way. I'd be interested to see what that upgrade actually is. It is going to be laser capacitors, so he's going to go for it, which will help him, of course, with Venoms. If he does go for Venoms, and of course he's already got, I mean, he hasn't really got very many Scorpions left. This is all he's got, so I mean, getting laser capacitors just for those guys, which are going to drive into more infantry now, is never good. He's going to try to take his safe field. Meanwhile, up here, bike-RUsh clearing out some scouts, and he has got his field here. Stealth towers it as well. Rage Gen goes off. Units now fighting down here, and it looks like these guys will be throwing grenades at each other, which is never good. You don't want to get Rage Gen when you have infantry. That's the one weakness of this type of man spam. If a Redeemer comes out and you get Rage Gen, you throw hallucinogenic grenades at each other, and of course it doesn't stop, because the hallucinogenic grenades don't stop, and they're just going to continue to fire at each other. Finally, it does end there. Battle marker over here. These infantry units are moving across the top of the map. They probably will be destroyed by the Shredder Turret. They might be able to focus that one down, not 100% sure. Meanwhile, infantry engaging over here. I think this is just a stall tactic here by bike-RUsh, just to keep him busy, just until he gets his eco up where he wants it. He did actually destroy that Shredder Turret. Battle markers raging through the middle here. This fight just has no front line. It's very spread out, and it has been for quite some time. Battle marker over here. Stealth flame tank. Sorry, that was not a battle marker for a unit being attacked. If you cloak a unit, it gets the battle marker there, because it's just it thinks it's under attack momentarily. 4 avatars with infantry. There's even a flame tank chilling in here as well. Laser capacitors is done, and he's got quite a number of Scorpion tanks now, so it's probably at this point where it's worth it. But again, he's up against heavy avatars, and they're in number now. It's not just 1 avatar or 2 avatars, there's 4 there, which are just going to be so powerful. And this infantry force, these Scorpion tanks have nothing they can do against that. They can't even go in for the crush. bike-RUsh going to cut off these tanks as well. Wookibert just hemorrhaging forces now. He is hemorrhaging so many forces. What's happening down here? Cloaked flame tank doesn't reveal itself, and bike-RUsh just used a vapor bomb, and he just blew up so much Tiberium. It just bike-RUsh doing strategies like that just to deny people. This flame tank did get in. It's going to destroy most of this base here, and he's going to probably go down from this Scorpion tank. Battle marker over here. He does reveal the stealth, and unfortunately the cloaked flame tank didn't do too much damage. I'm not sure what revealed it, whether or not he didn't have it on hold fire and it gave away its stealth. There's still quite a lot of Scorpion tanks here by Wookibert, but to be honest, Scorpion tanks aren't really going to achieve too much. He needs a big cloud of Venoms, clear the infantry, and then maybe, just maybe, can overwhelm these avatars if he has enough Scorpion tanks, but he's going to need quite a lot to get through that. And, whoa, what happened there? That might have been a Tib Vapor Bomb as well, or a Catalyst, but bike-RUsh has just blown up so much of this Tiberium, and Wookibert now is getting manhandled, and he didn't do the damage he needed to at the start of this game, and now he's paying for it. He is still continuing on with the Scorpion tank production here. He is dead set that this is the way to go in this game, or maybe he's got nothing else he can do. He really doesn't have the money to tech switch anymore, but I mean, he's got laser capacitors. Venoms are a very, very cost-effective option here. Venoms don't cost a lot of money. They're $900 each. They're lightning quick, and so they're very good support aircraft, especially for a situation where the enemy is using a lot of infantry. If you formation move them, you can really knock them down pretty quickly here. Black Hand Squad stepping on the Tiberium. Redeemer, I mean, Wookibert does have his Redeemer. I'm imagining bike-RUsh probably has one somewhere. No, he doesn't actually have one. He's going for an air tower, so he's going for his own Venoms, and he has laser capacitors, so now Wookibert's even in more trouble because bike-RUsh is going for his own Venoms, which is going to cut off his Venom options, because if bike-RUsh has more, he can engage and destroy all Wookiberts before they get to critical mass. And here we go. He's got so many Venoms here as well. I didn't even realize he had this many Venoms. But these Scorpion tanks are moving in. They're trying to target down power plants, but they will all be destroyed. The Venoms, of course, even with laser capacitors, don't do a lot of damage to... Actually, look at that. They're milking these tanks. There's so many Venoms there, actually. And the Scorpions don't have heavy enough armor to withstand this. And bike-RUsh, look at that, just milking that armor down pretty quickly. And of course, if this was a stand-up fight, it might be a different story. Battle markers raging. Wookibert, did he Q move then? Because there's a lot of scouts running in. But these Scorpion tanks do get cleaned up. They get one more power plant kill. But bike-RUsh is easily able to replace those. Again, killing just a couple of power plants with all those tanks, definitely not worth it. Wookibert now in a lot of trouble. He does have a Redeemer here. He just wanders straight through a minefield, taking a ton of damage as well. That took a lot of damage. A lot of damage indeed. He is going for buggies now, so he's got Raider buggies out, which is probably a good idea, because that's another thing you can do. The Raider buggies are going to be good against Venoms, and they're going to be good against infantry, and they tank a lot of damage as well. So he's got a bunch of those out. He'll want to get more. He'll want to get critical mass of those. I'd want at least maybe 15 or so before you want to engage there, just so you've got a big fist of like buggies that you can just smash through, because again, there's a lot of venoms here. I think bike-RUsh has stopped producing these at the moment. No, he's still producing venom, so he really is intent on getting a ton of these up, and he will probably... Whoa, geez, he's got... Oh, look at that. He used Spectres to force fire the ground, and now he's just got a ton of Awaken squads. What you do, you get a bunch of militants, you force fire the ground so the militants all clump up, then you use the Redemption and you put the Spectre artillery to splash them down, and you get a million Awaken squads. And this army, how is Wookibert supposed to defeat this army now? It's got a ton of it's got a ton of venoms, it's got avatars and hell infantry, and he does decoy it as well. There will be one more battle here, but Wookibert will not be the winner of this battle. The Venoms do respond over here. Is that more Venoms? I think it's a second group of Venoms that I just didn't see. He does kill a lot of those guys. No, sorry, I must have been seeing things. That is the same group of Venoms. So, and this army is now coming in, and Wookibert will not be surviving this attack. Rage Gen goes off, but it's a little bit outside of range. It does cause these infantry units to fire at one another, but the EMPs are coming down now. He doesn't even really need the EMPs. There's almost no armor left. Spectre artillery at the back are now firing on Wookibert's base. The Redeemer, oh, watch out for the clump. All those Venoms, yeah, he splits them. Nice work there. bike-RUsh wouldn't expect him to make that kind of mistake, and he does not. He splits at the last second, but Wookibert now, he has the Redeemer. It's the only thing he's got left here now. He is moving in for the kill, and these avatars with the infantry, there's still EMP available to Wookibert. Venoms come over the top, completely destroy everything else that's on the ground here, and revealing the stealth as well. This is a major problem. bike-RUsh is now crushing through Wookibert. I'd be anticipating a surrender very shortly at the moment. The Spectre artillery is still doing work from the back here, and he should be able to push through into this base. That's a really weird angle, isn't it? I don't even like that angle. Let's go back to the other one. But Wookibert has just a Redeemer left at the moment. It does have, it's only got half of its health left. There's a lot of Venoms here. They will be able to destroy most of what's down here. And it looks like the Spectre artillery now just causing so much damage from the back there. More EMP blasts come down, and the Spectres should be able to finish this off. No, they did move. Some of them did move, so he might be able to get out of the range. No, he does lose it. EMP blast coming off. Spectres, Venoms do split here, but there's a lot of double A turrets, so he might just want to get out of the range of those, because a lot of Venoms have gone down. The Venom numbers have been thinned out, but Wookibert, without heavy armor at the moment, he's got no Redeemer. This base is forfeit, and that is going to be the end of the game. Wookibert does surrender. He must have uploaded the replay. That's why the game just suddenly ended. But yeah, 16.5 minutes there, so obviously a longer game. But Wookibert, he put on early pressure. bike-RUsh did not play like you'd expect bike-RUsh. That's not a bike-RUsh strategy, what he did there. He was very defensive, and then he just built himself up, and then pushed Wookibert back. And yeah, not too much to say about that game. Wookibert didn't have the units he needed, and he didn't do the damage required, unfortunately. And that's going to put Wookibert 2 games down, so it's 0-2, or 2-0 in favor of bike-RUsh, should I say. And that game there, if you look at the money, 127,000 to Wookibert, 171,000 to bike-RUsh. So a pretty big difference, almost $50,000 there, about $45,000 worth of difference. So in a 16-minute game, or 16.5 minutes, that's definitely notable. So Wookibert, unfortunately, is on the brink of being knocked out of this tournament. He is down 2 games. bike-RUsh is slamming through, looking for a 3-0 clean sweep. Can he get it? Stay tuned. We got game number 3 coming right up. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Green Zero back here with game number 3. This may very well be the last game of the series, because bike-RUsh is leading it 2-0. And once again, these guys, random mirror on Smash Dustbowl this time. So Wookibert's had the map choice the last 2 times in a row now. We'll have to see if he can get one back, because he needs to. He's on the brink here, and I think everyone would like to see Wookibert make some kind of rally here at the moment, because bike-RUsh is definitely defeatable, and Wookibert has done it before. But in a tournament, in a best-of series, it's probably the biggest challenge ever. bike-RUsh is going to be down here, and he is going to be dealing the Scrin Vanilla faction. So he's going to be Vanilla Scrin. He goes straight for one assimilator, and is he going to be going for the safe spike? Yeah, he goes for the safe one with the wall. He's going to be going straight for that. Wookibert is Blackhand. I think he's going to be enjoying this faction here, because obviously he's a nod player. He likes to play as nod faction, so Blackhand is going to be perfectly fine for him. I feel Wookibert's more of a vanilla nod faction, I reckon. I think he does better at vanilla nod. But everyone loves Blackhand. He's going to be going for his safe spike as well. Big swarm of buzzers here. There is a lot of buzzers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squads. There's only 2 Cabals. Can he make this happen? The other Cabal squad is too far away. The Engineer is going to have to make a run for it, and he's going to lose that. He does lose it. The Cabal squads will fight. Will they actually beat this? And they may very well get it. No, not quite. So bike-RUsh kills off everything. Wookibert, oh man, that's not a good start. bike-RUsh did secure his completely uncontested here. And we have another squad over there, which was obviously chewed up by something. So now Wookibert has no scouts. He's got no eyes on the enemy base. He is going to flame rush, though, which is something he can do to get himself back in the game, because bike-RUsh also has no scouts. He might have to go for a Seeker tank. Yeah, all of his scouts got cleaned up, and he can't see anything. He can't even see the war factory. He does have a scouting squad here, which Wookibert is going to want to go around if he's building flame tanks. And he goes for a Reckoner. It could be double Reckoner. Sorry, double flame unit, but he's a little bit behind, isn't he? Have I still got him selected? I do have him selected, so he didn't go for a second operation center. So this Reckoner is going to be particularly weak. Again, it's still going to be good, but bike-RUsh could defend it. And there you go. bike-RUsh is going to build a Gunwalker just because he has to. He pretty much can't leave Blackhand unscouted, but the Gunwalker was very heavily delayed because he went for a Harvester first, and he knows something's up. He knows he's against Blackhand. He's a Scrin faction. He's very, he's in grave danger of getting rushed here. And he does find the Reckoner. The Reckoner might want to reverse move now. Not quite, actually. Will he get in range? He does reverse move now, which, of course, will give him more armor to the front. And he does force a deploy. A portal will come down. I'm not sure which way that's facing. It is facing to the left here, so the assimilator will come out. Can he snipe the assimilator? He does snipe the assimilator. Oh, that's bad. The Reckoner, though, has already taken a lot of damage. It has already taken quite a bit of damage. There's 2 Seeker tanks, 2 Gunwalkers trying to wear it down. Will he get it? He gets the second assimilator, and bike-RUsh is like, yep, cool. Not going to waste my time with that anymore. Will he get the extractor? It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight. He gets it. He gets it. He bails out. Elite Blackhand squad, but he will go down. But he did the damage. I mean, that was really surprising. He got a refinery, which is $3,000. He got 2 assimilators as well, and he forced a portal out. So the 2 assimilators and the portal, keep in mind if he sells the portal, that takes him to another $1,300 worth of damage. No, sorry, not 1,300. Yeah, 300 for the portal and 2 for those. Yeah, $1,300. So on top of that, so he did about $4,300 worth of damage. Plus, bike-RUsh is going to have to rebuild that refinery. And again, refinery is not so important later on, but at the start of the game, they are mission critical. And Wookibert has now taken the opportunity to get his economy ahead. He is now ahead of bike-RUsh+ownz. So bike-RUsh did what he needed to do. He had the units out, but his scouting was a little bit too slow. And he's got some Seeker tanks out. He's going to be disappointed to find there are already a number of Scorpion tanks ready to defend this. And he calls in the repair drones and the lightning spike. He's getting ready to do a push here. And this kind of push is really, really powerful. Wookibert needs to micro these tanks back. And he's not microing very well at the moment. He pulls back too many tanks. He needs to pull back the damaged one. And he will be firing at these units here. But with the repair drones, they repair so fast. And a Harvester will be falling. Wookibert needs to try to push this out of his base right now. He gets another Seeker tank. That tank will get... No, not quite. Oh, man. Wookibert's got the war factory here, but he can't get behind the war factory. He's having a lot of trouble. More tanks going down. I think Wookibert is panicking here. We expect a little bit better micro out of him. At the moment, those 2 Seeker tanks do take splash damage. They do take splash damage. Wookibert may actually be able to push this out of his base. Otherwise, it's game over right here and now. But bike-RUsh is doing a lot of damage. He got a Harvester kill, and he's killed maybe 6 or so Scorpion tanks. Will he get another one? No, he won't get that one there right yet. This other one over here is in a little bit of danger. He does get behind the war factory, but he still goes down. He still goes down. There's not enough Scorpion tanks here. The war factory is blocking them from firing. bike-RUsh is streaming in reinforcements here. The repair drones are a little bit out of range. Yes, has to actually fall back, but they have now expired. They have expired, and that means these units here aren't going to be able to get any more repairs. Another Harvester will go down. The rest of the Harvesters have almost been pulled off the line. That one's been pulled off the line. Is he going to get another one? Oh, man, Wookibert. Wookibert is in shambles right now. He needs to do some serious damage. He needs to get this out of his base right now. There's Scorpion tanks. There's not enough of them, and bike-RUsh is doing a lot of damage. Sells off one of the war factories. Both the Harvesters are off the line. There is a third Harvester over here. But again, too many tanks going down. Another tank going down. This lightning spike is still going. Wookibert, I think this is going to be it. I think he might be falling right here and now. bike-RUsh is just doing too much damage. And the aggression. He calls in the repair drones again. Oh my god, he called it back in. That has a very short cooldown, that support power. And he needs to kill these units right now. He will be killing these Seeker tanks, I think. And I think he should be okay. Yes, calling that in for a second time, I think might have been a bit iffy. Actually, no, bike-RUsh now has 4 Seeker tanks here with a lightning spike. And he's losing more tanks. He's somehow killing tanks behind the war factory here. These other Seeker tanks are too far away from the repair drones. And Wookibert is holding on for dear life right now. He's holding on for dear life. More tanks go down. Look at the debris flying into the air. That's pretty crazy for a game this old. And it's just flying right up there. But he should be okay now. Oh man, did he hold? I think he held. He lost so many Scorpion tanks though, and he's lost a ton of Harvesters. He still surprisingly has 3 remaining. And bike-RUsh has actually surrendered. Wow, I didn't actually check his base. That must have been all in. He must have been all in at that point. So Wow, so Wookibert actually wins. He wins that game. So bike-RUsh must have gone all in for that attack. He probably sold his drone platform or something like that, and to try to push that. So that game there, 6 minutes. Wookibert would be surprised. He'd be like, "Hang on a second, I won that game." So again, if we go back and watch the replay, I'm sure bike-RUsh would have been all in, and if that attack didn't win, it would have been game over. So it was game over, and surprisingly, he held it. So nice work there from Wookibert. What can I say? It started out iffy. The flame rush did do a lot of damage, and then his defense was very shaky. Very shaky indeed, not the best I've ever seen. Again, way too many tanks being lost. He needs to micro just the individual tank as soon as it starts taking damage. But nonetheless, Wookibert will walk away with a win. So it's 2 games to 1 in favor of bike-RUsh. Wookibert needs to win the next 2 in a row. Again, essentially, well, it was going to be 3 in a row because he was 2-0 down. But bike-RUsh, again, he's got plenty of time to close out this series. We'll go on to game 4 now and see what happens. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Green Zero back here with game number 4 in this best of 5 series. bike-RUsh is ahead 2 games to 1. And look at this, these guys have selected their factions this time. They have selected it. It's going to be bike-RUsh. It's going to be Black Hand. Now, bike-RUsh is a faction now, by the way. Black Hand versus GDI. Wookibert's like, you know what? I'm going to go GDI. We're on a good map for it because it is Vertical Abyss. That's right, Vertical Abyss. bike-RUsh has selected this map, obviously, because he got the last map choice. And we do have the Destroyed Bridge in the top. So it is the Destroyed Bridge version. There is a new version coming, of course, which has a fixed bridge at the top. And there's another bridge here as well that goes across just to help these guys out. There is more pathways down here. Instead of having just one entry, there's another entry here for harassment, stealth tanks, all kinds of stuff to go up the back. You guys should know this map. I'm pretty sure I've done a few casts on it. Not really pro casts, but I've actually shown some of my games on it. But bike-RUsh will be going for the safe spike, the only one on the map. Actually, no, there's another one in the middle. There's one on the map here. Wookibert's got his safe spike over here. And of course, the contested in the middle with these garrisons surrounding it. GDI should be able to get there, no worries. He didn't go for a second engineer, so deciding not to risk it. I think Wookibert, because he's on the edge of destruction, he might just be playing it safe this time. He does dig a foxhole very close up here, and it's right at the tip of this this hill. This is a big hill here. You can see it's downhill, so they can shoot down, and they're not blocked. Their line of sight will not be blocked. bike-RUsh, on the other hand, will be pulling back to the right-hand side with his scouts. Is he going to be going for a rush? Do we have a flame rush coming out? What is this going to be? It's a raider buggy, and this is going to be a bike. It's building way too fast to be a harvester, and he's got another structure queued. It's obviously a refinery here because it's building so slowly. Wookibert, of course, he's foxholing up the bridge. He knows a lot of people like to do a cheese where they repair the bridge and send flame tanks across and then just rock up at the back of your base and kill you. So that's very powerful as well. And of course, with the new version having the bridge in the middle, which will do so, could be a big problem. A Pitbull comes down and will spot these units here. The Foxhole should be able to clean up the Cabal squad, which is also very nice. They should rank up because of that, and they will do so. The Pitbull does not make it back to base. He gets right to the Warfare. He's like, hey guys, let me in. Not going to happen. Loses the Pitbull now. Second refinery comes down for Wookibert. bike-RUsh already has his second refinery. He's going to expand. He could power down a ref. He doesn't need both of those to be going at the moment, but he is going to be refining. He does pull back with his bike, so Wookibert knows there's bikes, so surprisingly, Wookibert is not phased by this. Well, he cancelled whatever he had there. He either cancelled or he held it. I'll have a look and see what he's doing. So Wookibert, yeah, he held the Pitbull. He's like, hang on a second, and no, he's going to pump that out, so he's going to go for the Pitbull. And he obviously, you can see the bikes coming back now with the squad, so that gives him the time he needs. One Pitbull, he's in danger of getting sniped here. These 3 bikes come in, he does not quite get it. bike-RUsh pulls away the damaged bike, but he will kill that Pitbull. 2 bikes have pretty decent damage here now. A tower comes down, will he get shots on? Oh, he gets a little bit on, but he will be getting out of there. Buggy now responding. These units here are going to be running back. But Wookibert here, again, just early game shenanigans by these guys here. It looks like the Black Hand did actually take that structure. Wookibert really shouldn't let that happen. He should have had that structure because now the Black Hand will focus him down because they do way more damage than the Rifleman squad. Tower is here, just defending it out, just getting these guys to pull back. Wookibert does have 4 and 2, now 5 and 2. He's got his ratio. Does bike-RUsh have his ratio? Yes, he already does. And he's got a shrine. Oh man, he's going to go into a man spam. And this is something Black Hand can do, a very powerful strategy where they bike buggy early on to force Pitbulls and or Preds out of the GDI player. And then they hit them with this one base man spam. So he's going to build, what bike-RUsh is going to be doing is building as much man spam as possible off of just this one field and then sending it all at Wookibert, hoping to hide it for as long as possible. He'll be drafting towers and he'll be drafting, it's actually better to draft power plants. These bikes are now camping this field. The Harvester is not dead, it was pulled off the line, so he will be going back to the main field. So this is a problem. Wookibert goes double War Factory as well. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, because if he's up against man spam, yeah, double APCs is great, but only if you've got AP ammo, otherwise it's pretty weak. And he does have a tower behind this. Pred's now coming out, which is exactly what bike-RUsh wants. Oh man, the bike-RUsh is playing the mind games today. Oh, we got the tier 2 come up. Is APM on the way? Wookibert, oh man, start researching, buddy. Oh, it starts a research. He starts to research, but it takes a full minute, and that's if he has the money for it. If he's stalling, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He might have to get Shadow Tanks. Oh, bike-RUsh is bringing the MCV. He's actually moving this out very early, isn't he? He hasn't even got his inventory bulked up. Wookibert now has an opportunity here, and he knows it. He knows about it because he's getting a lot of towers here now, and he's getting the barracks blocks, and a Shadow Tank comes out. This is going to do a lot of damage. Oh, straight down, kills all those rocket squads. Oh man, it's going to go down straight away, but that one shot might have actually been worth it here. The MCV is now here. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing with the MCV. Maybe just pumping out more of these guys. Whatever that was cancelled, but something else is coming out now. Is it going to be a Shadow Tank? It is another Shadow Tank. These infantry are lined up. He needs to get a shot off, and bike-RUsh splits. He splits a little bit. Oh no, he fires at the Shredder turret. Oh, that Shadow Tank is going to go down. Meanwhile, bikes are destroying all the harvests over here, at least one or two. Not really paying attention, but now Wookibert in a little bit of trouble. Is APM done? It's not quite done. Oh man, it's another 10 seconds out. He needs to hold just a little bit longer. He might be okay, I reckon. He may be okay. He's building blocking like a boss. He is building blocking like a boss. The un-APM towers are firing a barrage of bullets here on these guys. APM will finish momentarily. There it goes. It is finished. Nice barracks blocking there from Wookibert. He's got so many towers. He's got 5 towers here now, 4 towers. He sells the comm center, doesn't want it anymore. A 5th tower comes back up. He's got 6 towers here, and he's going to force bike-RUsh back. bike-RUsh has to pull back with his MCV. He's in all sorts of trouble. Wookibert held it, and that's all that matters, because now he has a refinery on his expansion. The bikes did a lot of damage though. There are 4 harvesters still remaining, and Wookibert's going to be moving them all to his expansion. Even building another harvester there, not phased at all. And this is important. Wookibert is moving the MCV because bike-RUsh is going to camp the other side of this field if he can, and of course the more build radius he gets, the better. He's got this cluster of towers here, which is going to be a big problem for bike-RUsh. He can't get too close to that, but he's going to try to poke in here. Another harvest coming out. Wookibert not afraid to really eco here, but he needs to do something about this infantry here. He's going to have to move the MCV again, I reckon, but no, he's not going to go for the move. bike-RUsh, on the other hand, has moved back to his field. Is he going to get a ref down here and keep going? I think he may. He's going to be going for the blue Tiberium. These harvesters are definitely moving. Yeah, there's already a 3rd one there. So you're going to have 3 harvesters going in the blue Tiberium. And now he's going to move. He did sell a few of these rifles off. He moves the MCV again. He moves it again. He's going to be wanting to barracks block and then put towers behind it and force bike-RUsh off his side of the map. He's like, no, I don't think so. That's in range of that hand of Nod as well. And there we go. He's putting down more turrets and the building blocks. Barracks are the best structure to building block with because they're so dirt cheap. And just remember, guys, when they're about to go down, you sell them and you get a rifleman squad with full health. And he does push those guys away. He needs a 2nd refinery now, and I think he's going for it. He realizes the threat is over. But bike-RUsh does have a refinery down. He's going for a 2nd refinery. He's going to be pulling blue tib. He's got 1 load of blue tib. He's going to have 2 more as well, which is a problem for Wookibert. But of course, it's going to take a while to refine that. He's not going to get it straight away. Harvest is going back to the main field there, again, just because he needs this refinery because he's going to have too many harvesters lining up. But yeah, he's going to have that 2nd refinery down. bike-RUsh just placed his just then, and Wookibert just placed his as well. So this is pretty even at the moment. He does have some rocket squads inside that garrison, which is not what those APCs want to see. There is a Predator tank here. I'm not sure if that survived from the early game or whether he rebuilt that. No, looks like he is producing these now, so he might want to get a Grenadier squad inside the APC just to clear that. Meanwhile, Wookibert does spot this infantry down here at the bottom of the map. He's like, hey, what are you guys doing down here? What are you doing down here? This is not your side of the map. If we move back up here, Wookibert is now trying to build a heavy tier 1 army. AP ammo, Predator tanks. He obviously realizes that, you know, if he builds too many APCs, bike-RUsh is going to transition out. But bike-RUsh is not transitioning. He is just going for it, and he obviously realizes there is now a airfield down. There is going to be a skirmish over here. Wookibert trying to clean up a small group of infantry. Surprisingly, didn't quite have enough to push them back, and the rest of the units will try to escape. The APCs should be able to get away, but bike-RUsh may be aware of the double hammerhead transition, which is really, really powerful. No, bike-RUsh doesn't know about it, but I think he's expecting it because bike-RUsh can read people like a book. Predator tanks got themselves trapped. They're not going to get out of there. He might as well just retreat all the way back and cause his infantry to chase him. But unfortunately, yeah, he's not quite doing that, but he's going to have to. Does kill these infantry squads. Is a tech center coming out? Please don't be 1-clicks. No, he's only got a tier 2. And he's got a turret here. These 2 power plants are very vulnerable. There's no build radius over there, so they're not going to be able to do too much. He does have his tier 3 down now, and I think he's going for a chem plant. I think he may be going for a chem plant. 1 tank does remain over here. Wookibert, where is your army, buddy? You don't really have an army, do you? I'm not quite sure what happened to his ground army, but I think it just got worn down, but I'm pretty sure he had more than this. Double hammerheads now. He's obviously sold off one of them, so I'm not sure what he's doing. He's got these hammerheads over here. Will pull that one back and does save it just. And he should be able to clean up this this garrison, force them out of there, kills them all. Nice work there. But I don't think Wookibert wants to go too heavy on these now. I think he's like, hey, bike-RUsh knows about them. I'm going to have enough just to be comfortable. But bike-RUsh didn't go for a chem plant. He's going for a Redeemer engineering facility. And he's just keeping Wookibert busy now with these units in the middle of the map. So this game heating up, very intense. Wookibert cannot afford to lose this game. He will be moving forward to try to clear this garrison of the triple rocket, and he should be able to do so before he loses a hammerhead. He's not going to want to lose one of those hammerheads. He does pop them, and they're all pretty much dead straight away. So nice work there, pushes these guys out. There's another garrison which is taking triple rocket as well, just to slow Wookibert down to cause more damage out of him. He does send the wounded hammerheads back, which is really nice. Marv is on its way, and now he's going for an expansion, but Wookibert is out of Tiberium. He is basically just refining the last remnants of it, probably enough to get the Marv out and a few units, but that will just about be it. Hammerheads are down here. What are they going to be doing? They're obviously going to be trying to look for something to destroy, and bike-RUsh already putting down the SAM turrets here now. Wookibert now obviously wants to get a run in. I would go up the top because this is usually where the first upgraded power plants are, and again, not a lot of build radius. Wookibert obviously can't see that it's very vulnerable. Double engineer for this Redeemer. Hammerheads poke in and poke out. They don't want to go there. He did actually take the spike, so bike-RUsh has had that spike for an undetermined amount of time. I'm not sure how long, but it could be quite a while. I'm not sure if he's going to be going for zone troopers in this, and he's actually moving these guys up to the top. So he's going to go up the top here and around. So this is a good move here. There's a decent amount of blue tip. He could actually go back and refine that. Wookibert now moving down here. Doesn't actually deploy all the way. He's going to have to try to base crawl there, and he does move in. Mantis gets destroyed. Tib core is done, and that's not good for Wookibert because Blackhand have a hard time against hammerheads, but Tiberium core definitely makes their life a little bit easier. Meanwhile, scattered base defenses here by bike-RUsh. Some pretty crazy animation there down on that hill. So let's just zoom back out now. So yeah, things just slowing down just a little bit now. Wookibert trying to find an entrance. There is going to be a big fight, no doubt. He puts double rifle inside the Marv there. So he puts double rifle inside. I'm not sure. He probably could have gone double grenade if he wanted anti-infantry or a lot of anti-infantry. Maybe even double sniper, which is pretty expensive. And it does take 2 shots to kill Cabals. But again, if you got double sniper, just maybe. bike-RUsh did place down a hand of Nod as well. Or sorry, a nuclear missile silo. But I'm not sure if that's real. Blackhand can do fake ones. But I'm pretty sure just because it wasn't placed on the battlefield somewhere that it's probably going to be real. Where does he have it? He does have it over here. Again, not 100% sure if that is real. We'll have to have a quick peek and see if it is. No, it's not real. It's fake. It's totally fake. So he's just tricking Wookibert into thinking there's a super weapon. Of course, with bike-RUsh, you never know. You never know if it's a real super weapon. And he has got the Marv here. He's going for Juggernauts, which is nice. He has 2 of them. He might want to make a push very shortly. Refs are spread out, so Wookibert is refined. This is going to go into the late game now. Hammerheads are flying around. Good support. The Marv with Jugs and Hammerheads are bike-RUsh probably not wanting to let this progress too much because, of course, he will have a harder time. If the GDR faction has everything he needs, the Blackhand player won't have the advantage anymore. And these units here are just getting kind of traded or thrown away somewhat. He does kill some of his Cabals. And look at that debris flying to the air. Bam, pretty big. A Mantis does wander onto the wrong side of the map, and that's hardware that bike-RUsh doesn't want to be thrown away. Again, a few Juggernauts just chilling here. He's going to be making his way over. Some Spectre artillery coming out. I'm not sure where they're going, but they're going in the wrong direction. bike-RUsh, you couldn't get those refs much closer together. That's pretty much as close as they will go. Battle markers raging over here. We have Spectre artillery, and the Hammerheads respond. They're just like, nope, you can't get over there. And there's actually a bit of a gap where there's no AA. He's going to go for the Tib Chem plant. bike-RUsh, oh no, what are you doing? Oh, Wookibert, kill that. Kill it and get out of there, buddy. Oh, he's actually in range of that there. Calls in a Vapor Bomb by the looks of it, but the Hammerheads will get out. And he ends up, no, see Tiberium. Oh, bike-RUsh, playing to mind games. 4 Hammerheads do survive, so maybe it was worth trading for the Tib Chem plant. Maybe bike-RUsh pushed the wrong button. But other than that, he will be surviving. Redeemer is here and instantly destroyed by the Marv cannon, but he is pushing across. There's a few Juggernauts here. He calls in the Shockwave artillery. Shockwave is down. He gets it. Oh man, and he's got the rear armor facing it, but the Rage Gen causes the Marv to do some 360s. And now, oh, that was a quick power up. Oh, he's actually got a real nuclear missile silo, and he used the master computer countermeasures to power that back up. They're completely voids. You don't really see that much in a pro game, but bike-RUsh obviously using master computer countermeasures, which is what the hand of Nod, the real one, sorry, the real nuclear missile silo will actually do. If you check here, it'll give you, it'll un-emp everything that you have. So Wookibert used Shockwave, and he's just waited for the Shockwave and Shockwave to stop coming down, then he's powered it back up, and he's on his merry way. EMP buggies are at the Marv again, not very powerful against vehicles, and this one EMP buggy is probably going to go around for some clicks. I'd have to imagine that's what it's for. He's probably rebuilt the Tib Chem plant, and these Juggernauts having a hard time getting it. There we go, clicks are there. He's got a beacon on the Space Command uplink, tries to EMP the construction yard, not going to work. This APC may be able to cut that bomber off. No, not quite. There is an APC there, and he does miss it, so unfortunately that Vapor Bomb will do a little bit of damage. Doesn't actually get any kills, but nonetheless, these Hammerheads here flying into Tib Core. There is a Mantis there. APC's responding now, things getting heated up, but both sides are a little bit uncoordinated here, especially for Wookibert. Doesn't quite have his control groups where they need to be, and now he's just kind of buying time. bike-RUsh does have a decent amount of Tiberium here, a lot of structures he could sell off. He's got a well-developed base. Battle marker over here. APCs did move down to the bottom, but they can't achieve too much. Scans this area here, sees the big army, but again, we don't see too many games on this level, so not sure what to expect from the very late game here. Marv again gets Rage Gen. Oh, Spectre Artillery getting some shots on those Juggernauts. They want to move out of range there. The Marv is moving forward now. APC's joining the party. They need to get rid of these AA turrets so the Hammerheads can move in and help clean up these units here. More AA coming down though. That's not what he wants to see. And EMP buggy is coming in. Can he get the Imp Blast on? One Imp Blast should go off. No, bike-RUsh doesn't get the EMP off. He does not get it off. He didn't have enough EMP buggies. There's a pretty big battle opening up here now. But Wookibert is fast running out of units. All these structures are somewhat destroyed now. They're no longer garrisonable. Spectre Artillery do rock up now. The Marv taking a decent amount of damage. The Juggernauts are finally in range of this area here. And he's luring him back. He's luring bike-RUsh back to this area where the Hammerheads don't have to contend with Tib Core, because there's 10 Hammerheads just chilling here. And they will be looking to do a lot of damage to this infantry. They're coming in now. Here we go. They've lured these guys out. He will probably get the husk. He does get the husk. But he kills all the man spam here. We'll be cleaning it up. One Spectre Artillery getting pretty gutsy there. But he will be getting out. Spectre Artillery now just keeping the pressure on. The Marv will fall back. Again, Spectre's not so good at hitting moving targets. What's happening here? Oh, we got Mantis. Oh, Wookibert, what are you doing, buddy? The Hammerhead's getting chewed up. There's only 4 remaining. The APCs are here. They need to drop some minefields or kill these Mantis. The Mantis now trying to get out of dodge. They are getting shot up pretty bad by these APCs, but they have a decent amount of armor again, especially against gun damage. They will get one more, which is very nice of Wookibert. Again, that's stuff that bike-RUsh is going to have to rebuild. Oh, these Juggernauts get the flank. They get the flank, then get a Spectre kill. Unfortunate not to get any more. We got an Orca Strike coming as well. He really needs Orbital Strike to come down on top of this as well. If he got Orbital Strike on this, that would give him the support he needs. Marv is moving back in now. Redeemer is on the wrong side. ABC is going to be moving over here. They will be firing at Harvesters trying to get the blue Tiberium, but it looks like the blue tip field is pretty much gone. We have Orbital Strike comes down over here, but again, the Spectre Artillery moved out of the way. I did miss that. So that's what he needed, but unfortunately the Spectres weren't deployed when he used it, and he needed them to be. He's actually now firing into these APCs, doing somewhat sporadic damage. Rage Gen, I'm not sure if it did go off there, but this Mantis walking out in front, he does target it down. Marv might want to get out of there. He's taking a little bit too much damage, and he's going to need to get out of the range of the AA for the Hammerheads to come in and help. But the Marv is taking a lot of damage here now. He may actually just be able to destroy this right here. The Hammerheads are responding, but not quick enough. Not quick enough. And these units will be going down. One Tib Core turret is in range here, but there's a lot of man spam, and now he's moving back. The Spectre Artillery is actually splicing their own Redeemer here. The Hammerheads will probably get cleaned up. There's too many rocket squads here for them, and the Redeemer is now chasing this down, and he doesn't want to get those crushed, not for sure. 3 Juggernauts remain, but he's going to need a Marv. Quick Smart, he is trying to rebuild it, but it's a long way away. bike-RUsh does turn around. He can see that there's a bunch of Juggernauts here, but he doesn't know how many is there, and he's a little bit too concerned about moving away from his base defense line here, because that's how he's winning this game right now. He's forcing Wookibert to engage. This MCV going somewhere. That's a pretty crazy placement there of that AA turret. We've got the cord going down the mountain there. So he's obviously just trying to hide it. Again, in 2 minutes he's going to have a nuclear missile. The first one is of course a fake. So Wookibert, that could very well end the game. He is trying to clean these guys up. Does he have? No, he doesn't have anything garrison there. That Harvester does have a decent amount of blue Tiberium in it, but Wookibert needs to go back to his main field. That's where the Tib is. All the other fields are completely dry. There's a few scattered bits of Tib he could collect. But other than that, bike-RUsh now allowing Wookibert some time. And that's something he doesn't want to give Wookibert right now. But bike-RUsh has a pretty hefty army here. And he could probably just about get ready to move. I'm not sure why he Rage Gen then. He obviously mismicroed. So just deciding to Rage Gen his own forces, because why the hell not? A few units moving over here now. But things just chilling out. I mean, bike-RUsh is in no rush. No pun intended. But yeah, minute 20 and that nuclear missile will fire. No doubt he'll use that right on Wookibert's base. Probably here. Maybe even on the Marv and the Juggernauts. There's only 3 Juggernauts left. And to be honest, he could probably just outright destroy those with his Spectre and Man Spam. So he's got these artillery units here. He's got a lot of artillery units here. And that harvester, see you later. And the Tiberium as well. He actually just completely wiped the floor there. I don't know what that was firing at. But apparently they don't like the ground. And he must have force fired. Yeah, he's force firing the ground. It looks like bike-RUsh is doing some fancy micro here to split. And he's doing a big line of damage here. Look, it's just this big line. Bam, 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 bam. Just keeping Wookibert back. And now I think bike-RUsh knows that he's got this game. And bike-RUsh will do crazy things like this sometimes just to say, hey, look, you're so far behind that I can just do these crazy things. And he will be doing that right now. Wookibert may just very well surrender in this game because he doesn't have too much left. He's got some APCs. He really needs to do some damage. He needs some more hammerheads. He really pretty much needs everything. 20 seconds now, the nuclear missile will fire. And then that will probably be just about it. Of course, we have 3 nuclear missile silos apparently. So apparently you can't have more than one fake one because it just doesn't count. But they're both ready to go. And this the real one here, not quite ready to go just yet. What's happening up there? He will be firing that shortly. Hopefully I won't miss it. But yeah, nuclear missile is out now. Let's have a look and see if bike-RUsh is going to use this. So this is definitely the real one, especially because he laser fielded it, which probably wasn't a good idea because he's going to know that that's the real one. But of course they're all in the same spot. And he will be firing that nuclear missile. He does fire it off. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure he's going to be using it over here. This has got to be the spot where he's using it. Yeah, there we go. Bang. Space Command uplink goes down. The MCV goes down. And Wookibert just taking 1,000,000 tons of damage. There's even beam cannons here. See you later, Marv. That is going to be the end of the Marv. And surprisingly still alive. Okay, he will be going down. One more shot from the Redeemer. Should be able to finish it. And he does take it out. Wookibert now completely falling to bits. So this series is going to go in favor of bike-RUsh. That one Juggernaut gets a nice shot on those Spectre artillery. But it's all over. 20 minutes, 40 seconds. The last few minutes of that game. Wookibert pretty much was done and dusted. So 3 games to 1 in favor of bike-RUsh in that series. So bike-RUsh will be going on to the grand final. And we'll jump over and see the other semi-final as well. But that game there, I mean, Wookibert did very well. Very exciting at the start of the game. Unfortunately, though, Wookibert didn't have the coordination in his attack with the Juggernauts and the Marv when he could have done some damage. And he lost a few too many hammerheads. I mean, you really got to keep an eye on those guys there. He just lost too many. And a lot of them were lost unnecessarily. But that was a good series. I really did enjoy that one there. So we'll be casting some more later on. But anyway, stay tuned to my channel. I'm Green Zero. And I'll see you all next time.